The fight between Yakuto and Cougar was interrupted by Hien, revealing that the two of them actually had a past together. But what led the two of them to not face each other? We have to find out in chapter 9 of Deadrock.
With you till the day I die.
So the new chapter is finally out and I'm really excited. The last chapter ended with Yakuto being saved by Hien after Cougar mopped the floor with him. And during this we got revealed that Hien and Cougar actually knew each other. Seems like 10 years ago Cougar was working at the Fenrir Fort on floor 306, presumably for the parents of Hien. During this time Cougar acted as some kind of mentor for young Hien, but also would just casually hang out with him because he was just that cool. It also seems like Hien, despite his young age, was extremely popular amongst the maids of the fort, to an extremely creepy extent. These women need to be put on a watch list. This unfortunately made Cougar upset. He wanted to date the maids, but each time he would try to ask them out, they would only be interested in Hien. Bro stole all the chicks from Cougar as a 6-year-old. Hien raised up all the maids from the fort, leaving my man Cougar starving. Bro straight up broke down crying. Hien did him so dirty that my man is still salty after more than 10 years. However, this also revealed many information about Hien, like his age. Seems like Hien is actually 16 years old. He seemed like someone around the age of 20 maybe, but apparently he is in fact only 16 years old, what actually makes sense considering that Deadrock is a high school. This also revealed that Hien is in fact some type of royalty. Perhaps Hell has some different types of royal families scattered around different layers. This is definitely something interesting, and I can't lie, I can't wait to see more from it, or just hear more from it. If you are here at Deadrock, you must be prepared, says Cougar, but leaves Hien all confused. Prepared for what? Deadrock School, rule number 3. Kill those you dislike. He took Hien stealing all the girls way too seriously and is ready to put him 6 feet under for it. Hien easily blocks the blow, freezing Cougar's ball fist. However, the heat from Cougar's body melts the ice. His body is so hot that it can melt an entire ice block roughly the size of a human body in seconds. I know we don't have a statement on how hot his body is, but that is definitely a heat on par with magma. No wonder Cougar is the strongest student in the school. With that much heat next to his strength, he's basically a monster. Bro could just put his hands on someone and melt through them. Go, I'll take care of him. I need to surpass him, says Hien. This truly shows the dynamic the two of them have. Seems like similarly how Freya sees her sister as someone she needs to surpass, Hien sees Cougar that way. But Yakuto has a different idea. I can't allow that. Your friend Cougar is the top student at this school. Status, reputation, authority, he has them all. Why would I let you have him? If I defeat him, I can have everything. This prey is mine, says Yakuto, bringing back his evil face, what we didn't see for few chapters. Yakuto straight up did a top tier villain speech. This speech is sending shivers down my spine. If this ever gets animated, I bet this will become one of those trending anime lines people use on TikTok all the time. But this speech also shows Yakuto's true colors. Seems like Yakuto is in fact interested in gaining power and control over others, further building up the theory that he is still hiding something, and that his motivations about killing God might be much more than just avenging his parents and his clan. Whatever is the case, the speech he did was really good. it further established that Yakuto isn't a good guy. It also seems like Freyr has woken up from her sleep and is now going on a rampage beating the living hell out of Jack. She beat Jack so badly that poor thing started to shiver from the fear. I thought poor guy would put up a decent fight at least, but seems like he's getting his ass beaten so badly that he might cry. Freyr might act all laid back and chill, but she is a monster on par with Yakuto. With Freyr now being alright and safe, Team Yakuto now has no reason to try and save her, since Jack is the one who needs the saving. Please save him! This means Yakuto can finally put his attention at defeating Cougar. However, the same way as in the last chapter, Yakuto still stands no chance. Cougar easily falls Yakuto, putting him on the floor with just 3 hits. He towers over Yakuto's body. Power difference between the two of them is just way too large. Cougar is also way more experienced than Yakuto. The guy was already an experienced fighter when he came to Deadrock. He was mentoring Hien after all. And the time he spent in the school just made him even more stronger. He is a beast! This chapter also revealed us Hien's motivations. The reason Hien wants to become a Demon King is to save his home level. Level 306 is covered in an eternal winter. If he became strong enough to be called a Demon King, he thinks he might be capable to remove the eternal winter covering the level. Meaning similarly as Orochi, Hien also has a somewhat noble reason on wanting to become a Demon King. It also seems like the other levels think the reason level 306 is covered in an eternal winter are the Fenrirs. So Hien is kinda trying to save his own clan's reputation as well. However, I kinda think there might be some truth to it, since Hien does have ice powers. Who knows, maybe his ancestors or the first Fenrir actually froze the land for some unknown reason. This is definitely something what should be interesting to expand on. Yakuto stands back up. I will win. If I can't beat him, I won't be able to beat God either, says Yakuto with the full determination in his eyes. He's ready to kill Cougar just to get closer to defeating God. So he got up and goes in for round 3, just for Cougar to fold him again with even less effort than before. However, this time Yakuto didn't go down. I refuse to give up. You are just a waypoint on the way to God. The determination and the will to not give up radiating from Yakuto made Cougar remember his past with Hien. It made him remember what he told Hien about what someone needs to become a Demon King. A heart what will never give up. The will and the hatred towards God gave Yakuto enough power to land a successful full-powered punch on Cougar, marking the first punch Yakuto landed on him since the beginning of the fight. All this time the fight was just Cougar beating the living hell out of Yakuto. But now, finally Yakuto was capable to give something back as well, sending Cougar flying into the bookshelves. However, this isn't the end of him, as Cougar is smiling. He just ate that punch. Looks like you made yourself a friend who is really something. Seems like Cougar actually got moved by Yakuto's strong will. He probably seen part of his old self in Yakuto, what made him see things in a new light. I believe this might be the end of the fight. I don't think Yakuto is capable to fight anymore, after all the ass whooping he received. And Cougar might actually started to like Yakuto, so he doesn't want to fight anymore. I think Cougar will postpone the fight for a different time until Yakuto gets strong enough to defeat him or actually put up a real fight. This of course creates another obstacle for Yakuto to overcome before he reaches God, and gives him a reason to start training to get stronger, especially since now he doesn't have his full dragon powers anymore. I think this dynamic will definitely be interesting to see. However, the chapter ends here, with the last panel being the Vice Principal observing them through his crystal ball. It appears that he might have figured out what Yakuto's team is planning, so they might be in danger. we'll definitely have to see in the next chapter of Deadrock. We seen Cougar beat the living hell out of Yakuto again, but believe it or not is a pretty good thing. The first few chapters made Yakuto seem like an unstoppable force. Seeing him getting put into his own place by someone else who isn't God is a really good writing choice. This chapter also gave us a backstory to Hien and Kugar as well. What finally explained why does Hien wants to become a demon king so badly, and why is Cougar obsessed with his lyrics and also becoming a demon king. Poor guy got done so badly by Hien that he started looking for ways to impress women. But it's quite ironic since now he's strong and only is surrounded by other guys. My man is the textbook's definition of that one bodybuilder meme. However, hands down, the best part of this chapter was Yakuto's speech. His whole speech made him sound like a villain, what he might just straight up be, and him not backing down from the fight despite getting smacked so badly was just a cherry on the top. We also got some build up for the next chapter and some potential foreshadowing. Mashima is truly goated. But what do you think? Did you enjoy this chapter? Please let me know in the comment section below. This was Space G, don't forget to subscribe and see you guys in space. Bye! Those maids need a restraining order.